Have you ever wondered if someone close to you is quietly trying to win your heart without ever admitting it? The truth is, attraction rarely announces itself directly. Instead, it shows up in subtle behaviors, the kind that slip past unnoticed unless you know what to look for. Psychologists call these microsignals, tiny actions rooted in human biology and social psychology. They can reveal more about someone's feelings than words ever could. And here's the surprising part. Most people miss them completely. In this video, we'll uncover 6 powerful, research-backed signs that someone may be secretly drawn to you. These aren't the usual clichés. Each one is grounded in psychology and human behavior, giving you a deeper, more scientific way to understand hidden attraction. Stay with me until the very end, because the final sign is one of the most overlooked psychological patterns. And once you see it, you'll never interact the same way again. Welcome to Psychology Zone, your go-to place for decoding the hidden language of the mind. If you're passionate about uncovering how psychology shapes love, attraction, and relationships, don't forget to hit subscribe and join our community of curious minds. Let's begin. Sign 1. They mirror your behavior. Before diving into the more obvious signs of attraction, let's start with something that operates almost invisibly: mirroring. This is when a person subtly copies your tone of voice, your gestures, or even the way you sit and move. What's fascinating is that most people don't do this on purpose. It happens automatically. Psychologists describe mirroring as a subconscious attempt to build rapport and create a sense of closeness. Think of it as the brain's way of saying, "I'm like you, I understand you, and I want to be in sync with you." For example, if you lean forward during a conversation, they may also lean forward without realizing it. If you speak in a calm and steady tone, they might match that rhythm in their own responses. Even small actions, like sipping a drink shortly after you do, can be signs of this unconscious alignment. Research in social psychology has shown that mirroring increases likability and trust, which is why it's so powerful in attraction. It makes interactions feel smoother, more natural, and more connected. The person mirroring you isn't trying to trick you, it's their emotions doing the work, shaping their behavior to stay close to you. This subtle reflection of your behavior often reveals more than words ever could. And once you start noticing it, you'll realize just how revealing it can be. Sign 2. They create micro moments of eye contact. Let's shift our focus to one of the most powerful non-verbal signals: eye contact. It's not always about holding a deep, unbroken stare that would feel intense or even uncomfortable. Instead, attraction often shows up as quick, repeated glances, what psychologists call micro moments of connection. You might notice someone looking at you briefly, then looking away, only to glance back again a few seconds later. This pattern reveals curiosity and interest, but also a touch of nervousness, which makes it even more telling. Science has shown that these short bursts of eye contact can trigger the release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. This chemical reaction in the brain helps build trust, closeness, and a sense of familiarity. That's why those fleeting moments of eye contact can feel more intimate than a long stare. It's almost as if the other person is testing the waters, seeking connection while being careful not to reveal too much. Over time, these micro moments create a rhythm, a silent conversation that deepens attraction. Even in a crowded room, their eyes will keep finding you, almost instinctively. It's subtle, but once you notice it, you'll realize it's one of the clearest signs of hidden affection. Eye contact in this way becomes less about seeing and more about feeling. Sign 3. They prioritize you subtly, moving beyond body language. Let's talk about how people show their feelings through choices. One of the strongest indicators of hidden attraction is when someone makes time for you, even in small ways. They may adjust their schedule, stay up later than usual, or rearrange plans just to be available when you need them. These aren't grand, dramatic sacrifices, but quiet decisions that reveal where their priorities truly lie. In psychology, this behavior is often described as selective investment, directing time and energy toward someone they value deeply. It's not about convenience, it's about signaling importance. For example, they might say yes to meeting you, even when they're tired, or remember to check in despite having a busy day. These little actions often go unnoticed, but they carry a powerful message: you matter more than my comfort right now. What makes it fascinating is that people rarely admit they're doing this. It feels natural to them because it's fueled by genuine interest. Even their smallest choices, like waiting for your reply before committing to something else, reflect this subtle prioritization. Over time, these patterns create a sense of reliability, showing you that they're consistently present. This steady availability often becomes the foundation for deeper emotional bonds. It's the psychology of effort, and effort always reveals intention. And 4, they use your name more often. Let's turn our attention to something that seems small, but carries incredible psychological weight: your name. When someone is drawn to you, they'll often repeat your name more than usual during conversations. This isn't random. It's rooted in the way the brain processes personal identity. Hearing your own name activates regions in the brain linked to self-perception and emotion, making interactions feel more personal. Psychologists have found that using a person's name creates an instant sense of intimacy and recognition. So when someone keeps slipping your name into casual dialogue, they're unconsciously building a deeper connection. Think of how different it feels when someone says, "That's interesting," versus, "That's interesting, Sarah." The second version feels warmer, more directed, and far more engaging. This subtle habit also works as a way to hold your attention. Your brain is wired to notice when your name is spoken. For the person attracted to you, it becomes a tool to stay emotionally close without making bold moves. Even in group settings, you may notice they address you by name more often than others, almost as if anchoring the conversation back to you. It's a quiet yet powerful way of saying you stand out from the rest. And once you notice it, the pattern becomes almost impossible to ignore. Sign 5, they lean into personal conversations. Before focusing on surface-level gestures, let's consider the power of conversation. When someone is genuinely interested in you, small talk quickly gives way to deeper questions. They won't just ask how your day was. They'll want to know what motivates you, what scares you, and what you dream about. This shift shows what psychologists call emotional curiosity, ACE, drive to understand the inner world of someone they care about. It's not about collecting facts. It's about creating a bond through vulnerability and shared meaning. For instance, they might ask about your childhood memories, your long-term goals, or the experiences that shaped you. When they lean into these personal topics, it signals they want more than surface connection. The very act of asking is a form of intimacy. It shows they value your perspective and want to be part of your inner circle. Notice how they listen too. They often remember what you said and bring it up later, weaving it into future conversations. This attentive recall is another layer of proof that your words carry weight with them. Such interactions are rarely casual, they are intentional, even if the person isn't fully aware of it. Over time, this pattern reveals a desire not just to talk to you, but to truly understand who you are. And that depth of curiosity is one of the clearest signs of hidden attraction. Sign 6. They show protective body language. Before we move into the subtler layers of attraction, let's look at something instinctive: protective body language. This is when someone positions themselves closer to you in a group, as if creating a barrier between you and the outside world. You might notice them step slightly in front of you in crowded places, or guide you gently through a busy area. These small movements often happen without conscious thought, rooted in the human instinct to protect someone we value. Psychologists see this as an evolutionary behavior demonstrating safety and reliability to strengthen bonds. It's not about dominance, it's about reassurance, a way of silently saying, "You're safe with me." Even subtle actions, like offering their arm while crossing a street or checking in when the environment feels uncertain, fall into this category. What makes it powerful is how effortless it looks, almost like second nature. Their body naturally adjusts to ensure you feel secure, even when no words are spoken. This behavior often intensifies in situations where there are more people or distractions around. It's their subconscious way of keeping you at the center of their awareness. Protective gestures don't shout for attention, but they speak volumes about care and emotional investment. And once you notice them, you'll realize how much these quiet signals reveal. Human behavior often reveals more than words, and these subtle signs are powerful. Clues that someone may be quietly trying to win your heart, from mirroring your actions to protective body language. Each of these behaviors is rooted in psychology and speaks to our natural drive for closeness and connection. Now it's your turn. Which of these signs have you noticed in people around you? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so share them in the comments below. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, Psychology Zone, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next insight into the hidden language of the mind.